The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosinzia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Mosinzia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Mosinzia has garnered great reviews and even endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Mosinzia, available on Amazon. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartradio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music. And don't forget to take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. For great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out The Mike Wagner Show podcast, T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, and more. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia. Check it out today. Also support The Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, themikewagnershow.com, and you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com at The Mike Wagner Show. Make sure you do so today. We're here with a terrific lady who's an author, comedian, vocalist, lyricist, impressionist from Chicago, Illinois. She won the Best Comedian Award for 3 straight years and Best Screenplay and Script in Red Life Luxury Magazine, also in Cinefest back in March of 2022. She also wrote screenplay and comedy, Dating Dilemmas, and The Moving Nightmares. She's also got a dating advice column, which is called Ask Debbie Sue for you single people out there. She gives some great advice. She has a couple of books out called Still Single and My Husband, the Stranger. We'll talk about that. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in beautiful downtown Windy City, the multi-talented author, comedian, vocalist, lyricist, impressionist, and the award-winning multi-talented from Chicago, Debbie Sue Goodman. Debbie, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Good afternoon, Mike. Thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you for a wonderful introduction. Oh, my goodness.
Well, I'm impressed by what you got, Debbie. And, of course, you're an author, you're a comedian, vocalist, lyricist, impressionist, and I can't think of what else from Chicago. You won the Best Comedian Award for 3 straight years, Best Screenplay Script in the Red Lift Luxury Magazine, also in Cinefest in March of this year. You also wrote the screenplay and comedy Dating Dilemmas and The Moving Nightmare, and you have a new book called Still Single and My Husband, the Stranger. We'll talk about those. And before we get into all that, Debbie, tell us how you first got started.
Oh, sure, Mike. Well, when I was younger, I used to always like to write different things down in a journal, like what happened during the day or, if something was on my mind from not only from school, but, through the years, all the way through, college and stuff. I just kind of, if something happy happened, I would just jot it down and I would make a poem out of it, actually. And then if something sad happened, I would write a poem if I lost a family member or, when my dad passed or when my mom passed. Several years back, I put into a poem or a song, and then I put all of this together for my first book, Still Single, and just thought it would be a book with some poems and some nice family stories and some different songs in there, just different things, and kind of had a collaboration of a bunch of different things. And then several years went by after doing some book signings, author events, and I did appearances at various libraries. And at the time, a lot of bookstores were popular with, having author events. They had a lot more then. Mm-hmm. So I did that, and then I did some, private author events for senior groups that invited me, and singles groups and different things. And then when I was doing that, there was a fellow there that had a comedy club that, stopped me after one of my author events and said, you should do comedy because you're very funny. You should be a comedian because the stories, I just, we got a kick out of the stories. So I wasn't sure, but I said, okay, I'll try it. So I did. I had done some open mics, and then it ended up being that I started performing comedy because I was a singer in a lot of musicals at Skokie Devonshire Playhouse in my hometown. So I kind of incorporated doing impressions and different things, of people, different celebrities. And then I actually wrote a second book called Still Dating, and that had mostly more funny dates, different things. There's no names of anyone. I have a lot of male friends that are just wonderful. And they actually, something like the single ones will tell me what funny things that happen on their dates. But, and then I put some of my, at the time, my mom was a widow, and then I had some of her widowed dates in there. And then that was my second book. And then I ended up meeting somebody, several years later, and a couple of friends went through a divorce. I had an annulment at the time, and my girlfriends had, different things that happened in their marriage. So I said, maybe I'll write another book, and that was the novel. That's a drama story called My Husband, the Stranger. So that's how, and I thought it would be a really good, feature film or a Netflix film or something, because it's a real drama story. So we'll see. It's just been fun to write. I enjoy writing.
Sounds more like a Lifetime event as well, too, or it could be in the horror genre, My Husband, the Stranger. Lifetime mixing with the horror channel.
You're right. I was thinking that, too. It would be like a good Stephen King movie.
And that's what you can cry and scream into your Kleenex at the same time.
Exactly. You're right, Mike. It could be. I know anything. Even the dating stories, they can be changed too. Could be turned into anything. Yes, that would be a good horror film. My Husband, a Stranger.
Yes, the name to protect the innocent. Dating stories from hell. Yeah.
Right. And I just I don't. It was like people always ask me too, and I have a lot of men that stop me after my shows. They're always wanting to tell me about funny dates and stuff. I never really have any names. I don't ever tell anybody. I just say this happened, that happened. I kind of take one little thing that happened from, a date that I had gone on, through the years, and then I kind of embellish, make it, elaborate on it to make it funny. Because if I would just tell it the way it happened, it wouldn't be as humorous. So, you have to change it up a bit, to do a comedy show. And then with the dating dilemmas, those, the scenes that I wrote for this, for the script and the screenplay that I won for, that was all, they were so cute. They're really cute stories, about, the mother talking the single daughter into joining an online dating site, and the daughter's kind of reluctant. She doesn't want to do it, and the mother is sitting in front of the laptop saying, no, you got to try this, because she was at the beauty shop, and a lady that was sitting next to her that she knows was telling her that her niece's cousin's aunt's sister or somebody met someone through the online dating. So she kind of they told the mother in this play that I wrote, and then the mother talks the daughter into it, and the daughter didn't know anything about it. So she told her she needs to get a picture, a recent picture, so she could put it online to set up the profile. So, the daughter says, all right, I'll go get my high school pictures. Because everybody on those things, it seems like a lot of them anyhow don't always have a recent picture. They have one that might have been from, 15, 20 years ago, which I met some guys that I didn't even recognize them. I walked in and they walked right by them because they had, photos on there that were from so many years ago. I put a recent one on. I mean, I don't feel that, there's a reason to put something on that's from ages ago. Nobody would even know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
They don't recognize you. But it's, I met nice people, and I do have wonderful male friends that I've had through the years that I stay in touch with, and we go out, we hang out, and I have a buddy that I've been, going out with for quite a while. It's like over 9 years. We're very good companions. We have a good time together, good friends. But it's nice to have, really good friends. And I've got lucky in the male and female department. I have very good friends.
It made me think of that. It made me think of that Mike Myers movie. Was it I Dated or Married Like a Serial Killer or something? That's what made me think of it. So.
Oh, you're right. I remember that movie. Oh, wow. There you go. We should write one together. We should write one of these together. It would be a hit movie, I think. Oh my goodness.
And tie it to online dating as well, too. It's just like, my husband is a serial killer and a millionaire. And what else do you need to freaking know on Tinder or Match.com or anything? What else do you need to know, you bleep?
That's wild. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. But there's so many different things, so many different, stories that you can write. And I'm in the process of another book that I'm writing that's a little bit different. It's a thriller. It's a much different story. But I tried different things, and through the years I wrote songs. I wrote, I took the poems that I wrote and I wrote 3 songs, and a lady that works at my local library, she had put some music to one of the music videos for My Mom, My Angel, a song that I wrote to my mom up in heaven. And then she also added some music to another song, and my friend Mitch, who plays the guitar and the piano and is a very talented guy, he also put music to, a couple of the songs. You're Back in My Life is one of them. And then I put music to You're My Heart's Desire. What the Heart Desires was a soap opera, actually, for a cable TV show in Skokie, in my hometown. You're familiar. Years ago, the lady that had started a soap opera wanted me to put a title song, we have a song, and I had only one day to do it. And I did, and, but they didn't, the cable station didn't stay open, for many, many years, but I was in a lot of shows there. And, I wrote that song for her, one of her episodes, and it was fun. And I love to write music too, songs and stuff like that. The lyrics are one of my favorite things to do too.
It sounds like you're busy and you're very multi-talented on things. And what was that one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing for the rest of your career?
Oh, I think, just watching so many of the talented artists through the years. I always admired a lot of the actresses that I saw. I used to watch a lot of the black and white movies with, Audrey Hepburn and Cary Grant, all the Alfred Hitchcock movies. And through the years, I enjoyed comedy with Lucille Ball and, of course, Joan Rivers and Jerry Seinfeld and all the, I like to watch all the greats and all the wonderful comedians. I actually have a famous comedian in my family, Shecky Green, who is wonderful, and he appeared at the Riviera in Las Vegas for 20 years, and he used to come to Chicago to Mill Run Theater, and I would see him when I was, growing up and through the years, and he appeared in many places, and I went to see him in Vegas in October. I went to visit him a couple of times in Vegas, but he was in California for a number of years. So it's just nice to see. He showed me a lot of pictures of celebrities that he appeared with. He's so talented, it seems to me, and it's wonderful. But yeah, through the years, I love Barbara Streisand. I love all the greats, all the wonderful singers, and Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis, and I just always like to see them and thought, boy, would it be great to be on a stage and perform, and I love it. I like to do my comedy.
Oh, yeah. And of course, you'd be good with a comedy from the Rat Pack as well, too. Throw in Dean and Jerry, and I'm sure Frank would do some comedy. Shecky Green is one of my favorites as well. And of course, just go up a little further in Waukegan, Jack Benny with the Jack Benny Theater, going the way back. I mean, he was an amazing talent. My goodness, I'll tell you. So.
Yes, he was. They were just they were just so wonderful, all of them. Don Rickles. I saw Don Rickles, too, in person. And Frank Sinatra also. They were both in the show together in Las Vegas. It was just amazing. I saw Barbara Streisand in person. So many people that I've seen through the years, and I've always enjoyed musicals. I've gone to tons of musicals in various theaters, and that's something that I always enjoyed. I was in chorus a lot. I was always in a lot of the chorus and a lot of the plays and local theater, and always enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like you had a really enjoyable career. How about some of your favorite singers and songwriters growing up?
Oh, sure. I really love the Carpenters. I liked I don't know, there were just so many. I was a fan of Donny Osmond. I think a lot of my girlfriends were the Osmonds.
Who didn't fall in love with Donny Osmond? Who did not?
I had his poster. I had his posters, and then my mom and actually my family, we went to see them. Mom and Dad took me to see Donny, and my stepdad Marshall. He always got tickets to see the Osmonds. Through the years, we saw them in Florida, we saw them in Chicago, we saw them perform various places, and they were just wonderful. Donnie and Marie too. We saw them also. I enjoyed every time seeing them. I like Barry Manilow and Barbra Streisand, like I mentioned. I know was always one of my favorites. Love Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. There's so many. And in the theaters in New York, and Betty Buckley, she's one of my favorites too. She had a fabulous voice. There's so many. I saw Crystal Gale in person too, and she was just so wonderful. We met her sister. She actually gave us an autograph too at the end of the show. I saw Michael Feinstein. He was singing Gershwin, and he plays the piano. He's wonderful. I met him too, and a lot of the greats. I mean, there's so many. I enjoy all of them. They really are wonderful.
And certainly fantastic as well, too. And you yourself up on the stage and also having a great author as well, too. We'll talk about your more your comedies, Dating Dilemmas, The Movie Nightmare, along with your books and more. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com and over 30 podcast platforms. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books and merchandise and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Check it out today. Also support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, themikewagnershow.com. And you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com at the Mike Wagner Show. You can also check it out today and make sure you buy me a coffee. We're here with a terrific, multi-talented author, comedian, vocalist, lyricist, impressionist from Chicago, Debbie Sue Goodman, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And we talked about, a good amount of the screenplay and comedy, Dating Dilemmas, The Movie Nightmare, and also some of the books and some of her works. And we covered some of the Dating Dilemmas. If you want to throw in something that's good, The Movie Nightmare, and it had to be a nightmare, or was it really a nightmare? Tell us about that.
Yes, I was just going to tell you a little bit about that. That one is a screenplay that I wrote based on a true story about moving out of a family home and what happened next. I mean, it was everything that could possibly go wrong happened to me. And I did write this story, and it's something that can be continued on, and I just felt that this would possibly be a good Netflix. You know how they have those series where they go on and on, but different themes every week, and I just thought this would be really terrific for that. And yes, I'm going to continue on with that story, even though I have the first screenplay written. I want to continue on with it because it just is something that can probably keep going on and on with what happens after you move. And I do know that I've had I've known friends that have gone through similar things of what happened when they moved, or maybe they weren't happy, or they had different, things that happened after they moved into a home that they didn't know that this was wrong with the place or that was wrong. It's kind of like, it really was a nightmare.
Or it was haunted.
A couple of times. I had to move. I know there's so many. Yes, it's like, you never know what can happen. And I've had things that were broken, and I moved into a place that was just was a nightmare. I mean, every minute was every little thing kept going wrong. So I kind of put it in there. I think a lot of people can relate to this, and I'm hoping that maybe this will be a great film. And speaking of films, I've got a producer that filmed me in the Mark II Lounge. It's in Chicago, and he filmed me, another comedian, and he's got a lot of filmmakers that are in New York and different areas that have sent him different short films that they were in, and he's putting it all together he has a Roku channel, and it will be on Roku. So my comedy, and he edited it and finished everything. My comedy will be on there, another comedian, and some other films, and we're going to have a premiere in like the third week of April in a restaurant out here. So it'll be fun. We had a good time. His name is Dan, and he's very talented too. He's a good photographer and videographer, and it'll be a really, really nice premiere. So we're excited about that. And I've had some really wonderful things. I was featured in Red, The Luxury Life. A dear friend, Sandra, she always she's so wonderful. She puts my photos and a lot of like my appearances, and my award win is featured in one of her magazines, and I've been in her magazine a couple of times, and it's just an honor to be in there. I really it's just been wonderful. And then of course we know Jennifer, she submitted my Dating Dilemmas and for the Oregon Film Fest, and then I won for Best Script Screenplay for my comedy. So I'm just so honored to win, and she's so wonderful, such a dear friend, and she helps with everything. She's just wonderful, and that's how I met Victor, through Jennifer, and then I met you through Victor. So it's just been amazing.
And it's certainly been amazing as well, too. You also won the Best Comedian Award for 3 straight years, and how do you like that? That's good.
Yes,
3 straight years, yes.
And that was through Sandra. She had submitted my my video, one of my comedy videos, my comedy, and my Dating Dilemmas was in there too. I have some scenes and some YouTube videos that are on my YouTube channel. If somebody goes online and just looks up Debbie Sue Goodman, I'm all over the place. I'm like the ceiling. You can find me there. But yes, I submitted my video for a contest, and I won for Best Comedian for the Red Silk Carpet Concierge Awards, and it was for Best Comedians, like an Oscar-related award for Chicago. And what an honor! It was just amazing. I thank Sandra and everybody with Red Silk Carpet. It was just fabulous. They have a Red Silk Carpet Concierge Award, and they're the ones that have the magazine Red, The Luxury Life. So it's a beautiful magazine. It has models, it has fashion designers, and sometimes there's actors, actresses in there, and a comedian like myself. So it's really an honor to be in anything. I'm always honored.
That had to be an honor as well, too, and well deserved too. Now I was thinking about the whole thing with the movie Nightmare and everything, and I think those are some of the things I would definitely binge watch on Netflix too, with Dating Dilemmas, movie Nightmares, and more. Maybe just a couple of stories you can share about some moving stories which were a nightmare. I gotta say that. So.
Sure. Yes, for sure. I think a lot of people can relate to that. I had the movers. There were things that were, nicked and broken. And then when I moved in, everything that could possibly go wrong in a place, in the place that I had moved was just, from the moment I moved in, it was either there was something wrong with, there was a noise that was coming from somewhere, and then nobody could find out where the noise was coming from. And then there was other things that were going wrong. It was just one thing after the other. You know how you're just sitting there and all of a sudden you could be eating dinner, and then like the ice maker. This was an expensive rental place that I had moved out of my family house that I sold after my mother passed, and then I couldn't, keep this house. It was a big house, so I moved into something smaller, but it was really a nice luxury rental, but every minute something was going wrong.
Oh, no.
The ice maker broke. I mean, it was like the freezer, like the ice maker broke and the water was all over the place. I mean, it was just like one thing after the other. I can't, it's like, if it's in the story, but hopefully it'll be a movie or something where you guys can see it because I'm sure that other people have, although they have told me, friends through the years have had all kinds of different moving nightmares. You move next door to somebody that I've had a friend that moved next door to somebody that was in their backyard that was yelling all night, was sitting in the backyard screaming all night.
I'm going to kill you.
It's like, you just don't know. It's something. I always like living in houses, though. That was always my favorite. I mean, I'm not in a house now, but I always I just always like living in houses. Then I found a condo and then that's where I wound up staying for the last several years. But, when you're in a house, it just seems like I don't know. I always felt like it was, peaceful. You come home and you're there and you don't have to see a lot of people if you don't want to. You just can stay in your house. You don't have to, be going up and down elevators or whatever. Even though where I'm at, everybody's very nice. I mean, everybody that lives in my building, the neighbors are nice. Actually, there's one person nobody's that thrilled with it that is in the building, but for the most part, everybody is very nice.
Oh,
but
nice.
You never know. You just don't know when you move places what can happen.
And of course, sometimes it can be haunted as well too. I've heard some horror stories about they move the place and haunt as well too, ghosts, spirits, and everything like that. So yeah,
sure. Like you don't even know where this noise is coming from or that's coming from, or all of a sudden a sink might start dripping, out of the blue, or you'll hear like these. It sounds like wind or something, and it does sound like it could be a guy. I believe in all that. I believe in spirits and everything coming back into haunt a place. I've seen all kinds of stories like that and heard, watched shows and heard about all these things. I believe it. They say that there's a lot of celebrity houses, that are in Hollywood too, that people move in and they see the ghost of someone. I just think that's just so fascinating. I think it's really something.
And of course, if you're in New York, New Jersey, of course, you could see like, Jimmy Hoffa emerging from the north corner of the end zone, trying to stalk all the Giant fans too. So,
there you go.
Or if you live in Michigan or in Tennessee, Elvis could be a ghost working at a donut shop somewhere as an assistant manager. So
exactly, I know. You hear all these stories. It's just, it's unreal. Yeah, I've had friends that have, one girlfriend had, I think her grandmother passed, and then her grandmother used to sit in this one rocking chair, and for months, she said for like 6 months, even though nobody was sitting there, the chair was moving, and I said, no, I believe in that kind of stuff. I really do. I mean, it was just like her spirit came back, and I totally believe in that. I remember when my grandfather passed, and my, it had to be, it was when my grandfather died. Everybody at we were sitting down after the funeral and everything. We had like a lunch, and we were all at my grandmother's place. And I remember that everybody's watch stopped at the same time. There was like 7 of us sitting there, and we were all like, I was a young girl then, but I just remember everybody, my mother saying, look at this, my watch stopped. And I was like, I don't know, it was 5:20 or something. And then my aunt, her watch stopped, and several other relatives at the same time. It was like the spirit or something, came back in and wanted to just say, hey, I'm here. I really believe in that stuff. I've talked to friends about it. I have a lot of friends that believe in that too. I do. I think that it happens. They're coming back to tell you that they're there. They want you to know they're there, and it's. I think it's refreshing and it's nice. It's a comfort. Sometimes I believe in that kind of that can happen.
And of course, I can imagine them. It's like, give me back my Rolex. Give me back my Rolex.
Right. Why are you wearing that Rolex? Yes. I gave that to you years ago. I know it is bizarre. It is. I know it is just you see movies like that too with this kind of thing. We should do that. We should do that, Mike. We should turn the moving nightmare into some type of a horror story. It would be a best book. Maybe we win an award. It would be not only a best-selling book, it would be a great movie.
And we'll get Vic involved as well too, and many others. We'll put him in the project, so we'll do that.
Yes, that would be fabulous. He said he's working on on films and stuff. And I told Jen, I said, Jennifer, I would love to, I wish I lived closer to Oregon. I'd fly out and help with any film that, that they would need me, and I would love it anytime. That would be fabulous. But yes, we should work on something with Vic. It would be great. For sure.
And definitely will, too. And, of course, you also got your books, Still Single, Still Dating, My Husband, the Stranger. You never know. They might come out as movies, but we will talk about that in just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor, The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's of Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with the multi-talented author, comedian, vocalist, lyricist, and impressionist from Chicago, Debbie Sue Goodman, after this time out.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ray Powers, and boy, are you in luck. Right place, right time. Tuned in to The Mike Wagner Show. You heard me.
We're back with the multi-talented author, comedian, vocalist, lyricist, impressionist from Chicago, Debbie Sue Goodman, here on The Mike Wagner Show. Talked about the screenplay comedies, Dating Dilemmas, and The Moving Nightmares. She also won Best Comedian Award for 3 straight years, and also has 3 books out, Still Single, Still Dating, and My Husband, the Stranger. Not a serial killer, but My Husband, the Stranger. So, of course, you talked about, stories intertwining. And when you talked about Still Dating, maybe we can talk about some of the dating stories that they're mentioned in the book, or as we would say, dating stories from hell.
Hi, Mike. Oh, for sure. There's some cute stories there. Actually, after my comedy shows, there's a lot of single men or there's women that are always like, let me tell you about what happened on one of my dates. And, what is your advice for meeting someone? I always tell everybody that if you do something you enjoy, any activity that you enjoy, if it's like me, I love going to the health club and I love, working out and walking. But if you're doing something you enjoy, you never know when you can just meet somebody either there or go join a dance group or something or do something fun, and you can meet someone. But I had tried online dating once or twice. All right, it was 3 or 4 times. Okay, 5 or 6. Listen, no one's counting.
Maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Then again, who's really counting? It's the internet and social media.
You're right. And I mean, it's a different experience. And I have stayed friends. I have to say, I have stayed friends with some of the guys that I've known. Some of them moved out of state and stuff. But we kept in touch through the years, and they're really great. I mean, they're great guys. But but I do have a few good, wonderful, they're like best buddies that I hang out with. We go to dinner, we go to movies, we hang out, we do different things. So I have not been on the online dating, scene in a while. It's been a while, but when I was, I found that you really have to just tell people exactly what you like, what you enjoy. If you like to just go out to, maybe get dinner, or you like to cook, because I like to cook also. I'm a good cook, but I'm happy just going out and splitting a sandwich, and it doesn't really matter what I'm eating. It's the person, that I'm with that I would rather just somebody comes over, we'll watch a movie, I'll cook dinner after we get to know somebody. We don't always have to eat out. We don't have to have a fancy meal. I'm just, one of these plain Janes that just enjoys, just a simple meal and maybe going to a movie. But there are people that on online, they'll say that they like to skydive and they love skiing and they love volleyball and they like soccer and they like this and that. They name like 100 different sports that they do, and I don't know where they have the time. But then when you meet them, they're like, well, I'm just happy just staying home and watching sports.
Oh, it's like you're watching the sports, yes.
Right. They really don't partake in a lot of it. But, and you really got to be honest. If you're meeting someone, describe yourself the right way. I had one fellow that had said he was 6'3", he was thin, he liked to work out, he had a head full of brown hair. He just described himself in the picture that he had was different, a mustache and this. And when I met him, I think he might have been 5 feet. And he was, he's like a little heavier than he mentioned, which didn't bother me. And he was much older too, and I kind of I walked right by him, but he knew who I was because, I had a picture that was recent and I described myself the right way. The way I look, I figure, why put a picture out there, if it isn't something that was recent, because, it's just someone's going to meet you. And I just said to him, I said, how come you didn't put more recent picture? Just was wondering, just a question. And he says, because then I don't think that you would have met me or nobody would meet me. I said, well, I think it's better to be honest. But, we ended up staying friends. I mean, we still text each other and we'll talk to each other once in a while. He moved away. He moved out of state. But we did keep in touch. But it was just kind of like, there's no reason, to do that. But, but we talked and we had a bite. We met in a cafe. But I did meet a guy that was this guy, I liked the way he looked. He had my look. He had a sort of like a long hair and a ponytail at the time. I liked that look. He had the mustache. He had jeans that were kind of ripped in the knees. He had cowboy boots on, and I don't know, maybe it was around 5'8" or so. He had the one earring, and then he met me, but he didn't have much to say. It was sort of, he just kind of just was smiling. He didn't really say too much, but we met at a busy cafe, and we sat down. He's looking at the menu. He's looking around at other people around us, and he looked at the menu and he said, let's get some of D's or dem. And I just shook my head up and down and said, okay. And then the waitress came to take the order, and he's pointing to the menu. He goes, give us some of D's, dem, and does. I mean, it was like, I thought, okay, he doesn't have much more vocabulary. So she said, okay. And I said, that sounds good. And so she comes back. I mean, he wasn't saying much, Then the waitress brought the food, and he's eating, and he says, this was the best. Before dessert, where's the men's room? So
sounds like Ricky Ricardo.
I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was just kind of looking around. I go, oh, it's over. Follow them. It's over there. So he was, I saw some people walking to the men's room. So I showed him, but it was just, he didn't have much vocabulary. But I liked the way he looked. So he had a cool look. But I've had some fun dates. And then you can see some of the scenes that I had filmed from Dating Dilemmas with some really good, some good friends that are in the scenes on my YouTube channel. You can find me on my YouTube channel, and it has all kind of really cute scenes of different funny stories that were from my books and, different things from Dating Dilemmas, from the script and the screenplay, and they're all cute stories. And then I have some of my female friends and male buddies that were in the scenes, and so it was fun to film. But yes, it would definitely be a great movie for sure. It could be a weekly TV series with all the stories that I.
And that's another one that can be on Netflix. I'd be willing to binge watch. That's another one. I think you pretty much hit the mark on all 5 of them. Netflix, are you paying attention? Put on Dating Dilemmas, The Movie Nightmares, Still Single, Still Dating, My Husband, the Stranger, and maybe something else that you want to put out to hopefully Netflix will pick up. Maybe Ask Debbie Sue or something. Like
there
an
you
advice
go.
column. Yes.
That would be wonderful. Sure. Yeah, I have a lot of people that write to me. And I had started out where I was writing, many years ago. I had started out, maybe I was around 11 years ago when I started for a Trib Local. It was a local online website that was through the Skokie Public Library, like, the hometown library. And then it merged to the Chicago Tribune online. And then they had changed it a bit. So I got picked up by Patch.com. It's another website. And then they have, they have a lot of my columns on there. And then I have I pretty much, it's usually once a month. Sometimes it's once every couple of months. I get a bunch of letters together, and then I answer, one or two questions that are similar so I can get as many as I can out there, answer as many as I can. And it's just wonderful to read all kinds of, letters and things, comments that people write about different dates they've gone on. If they're single, they're divorced, they may be, a lot of men. I do have a lot of men that write, but it's nice. I mean, I enjoy it.
And it sounds like a lot of fun, too. And where can we find all your works at?
Sure. If you go to stillsingle.org, you can find my website. I have a WordPress website on there, too, or you just look up Debbie Sue Goodman online, and you'll see all kinds of articles and different things about me on there.
We'll certainly check that out. We're again with the multi-talented Debbie Sue Goodman here on the Mike Wagner Show. And just a few more things, Debbie, we'd definitely love to have you back in 2022 and beyond. What else can we expect from you in 2022 and beyond?
Oh, thank you. I'm going to continue writing, and then we're going to have this film screening, and hopefully just do more scenes, more comedy and dramas, and hopefully get into films. I would love to be writing for films, and that would be my next project that I would really enjoy.
And certainly we'll do so as well, too, along with dating tips, love advice, and more. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
Oh, goodness. With comedy, with acting, and I love Sandra Bullock. I think she's great. There's so many actresses that I think have just been amazing. And I know, with singers, there's a ton of singers. I know I've mentioned, Mariah Carey and Barbra Streisand and Celine Dion and so many. But, there's a lot of, actresses that, I'm telling you, there's just so many. They're all good. They're all wonderful. They're all, they're just, Meryl Streep is one of my favorites too. And I would love to, and for writing, I would love to work with Steven Spielberg sometime. Producers, there's so many producers that I admire too. And it would just be an honor to be writing for a film or for a TV show. This would be a wonderful TV show, The Dating Dilemmas, like a weekly series, like you mentioned. That would be great.
Mm-hmm. And certainly looking forward to it if it does come out. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Oh, goodness. The best thing is to be yourself and do what you enjoy. And, try to every day think of something that makes you happy and stick with it. If you enjoy, like I had said, if you enjoy going to the health club, even if you may be worn out from working or you're too tired or whatever reason, just go. Even if you go for 15 minutes, take a walk outside, enjoy the sunshine if it's sunny out, or go somewhere and do something that you enjoy. If you like board games, play a board game with a friend or family or husband or wife or whatever you enjoy doing. Try to do something each day that you enjoy, or just sit down and listen to a song or the radio, music, put a CD in, or whatever you like, whatever type of music you like, classical, soft rock, hard rock, whatever you like, rock and roll, and listen to it for a little bit, and it'll make you happy. You'll feel better.
Certainly will do so, and that's great advice as well. Once again, author, comedian, vocalist, lyricist, impressionist from Chicago, the multi-talented Debbie Sue Goodman here on the Mike Wagner Show. Debbie, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. We'd love to have you back in 2022 and beyond. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, or can people purchase or check out your goods?
Oh, thank you so much, Mike. And thank you for inviting me. Thank you. It's been wonderful. Yes, and people can find me at stillsingle.org, and then my books are available. Anything that you see online, like the bookstores, barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com, the book publisher, iuniverse.com. They've been wonderful, and everybody's been so wonderful. I mean, I'm honored to be on your show. Thank you.
And thank you as well, too. You've been truly amazing. Once again, Debbie, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Don't forget to keep in touch. Keep us up to date. We'd love to have you back. We wish you all the best, and you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you so much, Mike, for everything. Thank you for inviting me.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.